The power of silence, how letting go lets karma take control. Imagine this. You're caught in a storm of lies, betrayal, and manipulation. Your instinct is to fight back, to scream your truth from the rooftops, to make sure everyone knows you're not the villain. But what if I told you that the moment you stop fighting, stop explaining, and stop chasing, something extraordinary happens? What if, by stepping back, you unleash a force far greater than any argument or defense, a force called karma? Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll see why silence is your ultimate superpower and how it lets the universe write the final chapter for you. Let's dive in. 1. When lies try to define you. Picture this. Someone spreading lies about you. Maybe it's a coworker whispering falsehoods to climb the corporate ladder, or a friend twisting your words to paint you as the bad guy. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and every fiber of your being wants to jump in, clear your name, and set the record straight. Sound familiar? We've all been there. But here's the cold, hard truth. The more you defend yourself, the more fuel you pour on their fire. When you react, you give the lie life. You're handing the liar exactly what they want: control. They're not after the truth, they're after your reaction. They want you rattled, emotional, and trapped in a cycle where every word you say becomes ammunition for their narrative. It's like stepping into quicksand. The harder you struggle, the deeper you sink. So what's the alternative? You step back. You choose silence. And here's why that's so powerful. Think of lies like a wildfire. They spread fast, burn hot, but eventually they run out of fuel. The truth, on the other hand, is like a mighty oak. It stands tall, unshaken, and timeless. Lies have an expiration date. The truth does not. By refusing to engage, you starve the lie of oxygen. You let it fizzle out while the truth quietly, patiently waits to shine. Let me paint a picture with a story. Meet Sarah, a woman I know who faced this exact situation. At her workplace, a jealous colleague spread a vicious rumor that Sarah was slacking on a major project. Whispers filled the office, and some of her coworkers started giving her the side eye. Her first instinct? To confront the liar, to email everyone her side of the story, to prove she was innocent. But instead, Sarah took a deep breath and chose a different path. She stayed professional, kept delivering stellar work, and let her actions speak louder than any rumor. Weeks later, the truth came out. The colleague had a track record of throwing others under the bus to look good. Sarah didn't need to say a word. Her silence let the truth roar, and her reputation came out stronger than ever. So, how do you handle lies? First, trust the long game. Lies may sprint, but the truth runs a marathon. Second, anchor yourself in your integrity. If you know who you are, the opinions of those who buy into lies don't define you. And finally, let karma take the wheel. People who spread lies eventually trip over their own webs. Their patterns expose them, and life has a way of delivering justice without you lifting a finger. Silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. It's the art of staying grounded while the storm rages around you. When the dust settles, you'll be the one standing tall, with your dignity intact and the truth on your side. So, next time someone tries to tarnish your name, ask yourself, do I need to fight this battle, or can I trust the universe to handle it? 2. When betrayal cuts deep. Now let's talk about something that hits even harder: betrayal. Whether it's a friend who stabbed you in the back, a partner who shattered your trust, or a colleague who sold you out, betrayal feels like a punch to the gut. It's raw, it's personal, and it makes you want to demand answers. Why did they do it? How could they? Don't they see the pain they caused? Your instinct is to confront them, to make them feel the weight of their actions. But here's the truth. Words rarely change a betrayer's heart. When someone betrays you, they've already justified it in their mind. They've told themselves it was necessary, excusable, or worse, your fault. No amount of arguing or explaining will unravel their twisted logic. If you try to make them see the error of their ways, they'll twist your words, flip the script, and somehow make you the villain. Sound exhausting? It is. So why play their game? Instead, imagine this. You walk away, not out of defeat, but out of strength. You choose silence, not because you're weak, but because you're wise. By stepping back, you refuse to let their betrayal define you. You take back your power and let karma do what it does best. Think of karma like a boomerang. What someone sends out, whether it's lies, betrayal, or manipulation, comes back to them. It might not happen today or tomorrow, but it will happen. The universe has a way of balancing the scales. The person who betrayed you, their actions will catch up with them. Maybe it's a fractured relationship, a lost opportunity, or their own conscience eating away at them in the quiet of the night. Whatever it is, you don't need to chase justice. It's already on its way. Here's a real-life example. Meet David, a guy who trusted a close friend with a business idea. That friend, he took the idea, launched it behind David's back, and claimed all the credit. David was crushed. His first thought was to confront his friend, to demand an apology, to expose him. But instead, David chose to focus on his own path. He poured his energy into a new project, stayed true to his values, and let his work speak for itself. Months later, the friend's business crumbled under poor decisions and dishonesty, while David's new venture took off. David didn't have to say a word. Karma wrote the ending. So how do you handle betrayal? First, protect your peace. Don't let someone else's actions pull you into their chaos. Second, trust that their choices will catch up with them. And third, focus on your own growth. Keep building, keep shining, and let the universe handle the rest. Betrayal stings, but your silence, it's a shield that keeps you whole while karma delivers the justice you deserve. 3. The trap of reacting to manipulation. Let's talk about manipulators. Those people who seem to thrive on pushing your buttons. They provoke you, twist your words, and try to pull you into their drama. It's like they're playing chess, and every emotional reaction from you is a checkmate in their favor. The more you engage, the more they win. So how do you break free from their game? You don't play at all. Manipulators want one thing: control. They want to see you flustered, defensive, or angry because that's when they've got you. But when you choose silence, you flip the script. You become untouchable. It's like watching a bully swing at thin air. They can't hit what isn't there. Imagine a puppet master pulling strings. If you're the puppet, every reaction is a tug on those strings. But when you cut the strings, when you refuse to react, you take back your power. You let the manipulator's energy turn against them. Their lies, their schemes, their provocations, they all start to unravel when they have no one to play against. Here's a quick story. Lisa, a friend of mine, had a family member who was a master manipulator. This person would twist Lisa's words, guilt trip her, and create drama at every family gathering. For years, Lisa tried to reason with them, to explain herself, to make peace. But it never worked. Finally, Lisa decided to stop engaging. She stayed polite but distant, refusing to take the bait. Over time, the manipulator's tactics started to backfire. Without Lisa's reactions to feed off, their behavior became more obvious to others, and they lost the influence they once had. Lisa's silence didn't just protect her, it exposed the truth. So, how do you deal with manipulation? First, recognize the game. Manipulators thrive on your reactions, so don't give them any. Second, stay calm and centered. Your peace is your power. And third, let karma handle the rest. Manipulators eventually trip over their own schemes, and when they do, you'll be far above their chaos, untouched and unbothered. 4. Why silence is your superpower. By now, you're probably seeing a pattern. Whether it's lies, betrayal, or manipulation, the answer isn't to fight harder, it's to step back smarter. Silence isn't about giving up, it's about trusting the bigger picture. It's about knowing that the universe has a way of sorting things out. When you stop explaining, stop chasing, and stop reacting, you create space for karma to work its magic. Think of it like a river. When you throw a stone into it, the ripples spread, but the river keeps flowing. Lies, betrayal, and manipulation are like those stones. They cause a splash, but they don't change the river's course. Your silence is the river, steady, powerful, and unstoppable. The chaos others create will fade, but your strength endures. So the next time you're tempted to jump into the fray, ask yourself, is this battle worth my peace? Chances are, it's not. Stay true to who you are, keep your integrity intact, and let karma write the ending. The truth always comes out, and when it does, you'll be the one standing tall. Thanks for sticking with me. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below and let me know. Have you ever let silence do the talking for you? Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Until then, stay strong, stay silent, and let karma do its thing. Mastering silence, turning betrayal and insults into your strength. Last time, we explored how stepping back and letting karma work its magic can be your ultimate superpower when facing lies and betrayal. Now let's dive deeper into that wisdom, tackling the sting of betrayal and the sharp edge of insults. What happens when someone you trusted turns against you, or when words are weaponized to tear you down? Stay with me, because the way you respond or choose not to respond can change everything. 1. The pain of betrayal. A lesson in strength. Betrayal cuts deep, doesn't it? It's like a rug pulled out from under you, leaving you questioning everything. But what if I told you that betrayal, as painful as it is also a gift in disguise? The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Betrayal isn't just a wound. It's a crucible, forging stronger boundaries, sharper self-respect, and a clearer sense of who deserves a place in your life. Imagine a woman named Emily, who poured her heart into a friendship for over a decade. She and her best friend shared everything: late-night secrets, tearful struggles, joyful victories. They were like sisters. But one day, Emily discovered the unthinkable. Her friend had been bad-mouthing her, spilling her private confessions, and even sabotaging her career opportunities. The betrayal hit like a tidal wave. Emily's first instinct? To storm over, confront her friend, and demand answers. She wanted to scream, "How could you do this to me?" But instead, Emily paused. She took a deep breath and chose a path most of us would find impossible: silence. She didn't argue. She didn't lash out. She didn't even send a single text. Emily simply walked away. No explanations, no second chances. And you know what happened? That silence was deafening. Her friend expected a fight, a tearful showdown, maybe even a chance to twist the story further. But Emily's indifference? It was a mirror reflecting the betrayer's actions back at her. Without a reaction to feed on, the friend's guilt grew heavier, her facade cracked, and over time, her true character was laid bare for others to see. So how do you navigate betrayal? First, accept that some people will never be who you hoped they were. The pain you feel often comes from clinging to expectations. Let them go. Second, don't waste your energy explaining their wrongs to them. Deep down, they know what they've done, even if they'll never admit it. And finally, walk away with your head held high. Your silence isn't surrender, it's strength. It's a declaration that you're not defined by their betrayal. You're defined by your dignity. When you choose silence, you're not just protecting your peace. You're letting karma take the stage. The betrayer loses the one thing they never deserved: you. So, ask yourself, why fight for someone who's already shown they don't value you? Let them face the consequences of their choices and trust that the universe always keeps score. 2. Insults. The art of rising above. Now let's talk about something we've all faced: insults. Maybe it's a snarky comment at a family dinner, a backhanded compliment from a colleague, or a straight-up attack meant to cut you down. Insults are like arrows. They're designed to pierce your armor and provoke a reaction. But what if you could dodge those arrows entirely? What if instead of firing back, you could render them powerless with a single choice? Here's the truth. The moment you react to an insult, you hand over your power. The insulter wants you rattled. They want to see you flustered, angry, or defensive, because that's when they know they've gotten under your skin. It's like they're fishing and your reaction is the catch they're after. But when you stay calm, unshaken, and silent, that's when you win. Nothing disarms an insulter more than your indifference. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius nailed it when he said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Think about that. If someone's being petty or cruel, why lower yourself to their level? Why give them the satisfaction of seeing you stoop to their game? Instead, picture yourself as a mountain, unmovable, majestic, untouched by the pebbles thrown at its base. That's the power of silence. Let me share a story. Meet Alex, a guy who was at a company event when a jealous coworker decided to take a shot at him. Alex had just landed a big promotion, and in front of everyone, the coworker sneered, "Wow, they must be handing out promotions to anyone these days." The room fell silent. all eyes on Alex, waiting for him to clap back. But Alex did something unexpected. He locked eyes with the coworker, gave a calm smile, and said, "Nothing, just silence. No anger, no defense, just pure, unshakable confidence." That moment was electric. The coworker squirmed, his jab hanging awkwardly in the air. He'd expected a fight, maybe a witty comeback, but Alex's silence exposed him. It showed everyone in the room who was truly in control. Alex didn't need to prove anything. His composure said it all. So how do you handle insults? First, recognize that insults reveal more about the person throwing them than about you. Their words are often a projection of their own insecurities. Don't take it personally. Second, see your silence as a shield. By not reacting, you show the world that their words have no weight in your reality. And finally, carry yourself with confidence. When you respond with calm indifference, the insulter is left powerless, their arrows falling harmlessly to the ground. 3. The trap of the victim card. Let's move to one of the most frustrating tactics out there. People who play the victim. You know the type. They twist the story, conveniently omit their own wrongs, and paint themselves as the innocent party. They thrive on flipping the script, making it seem like they're the ones who've been hurt. It's maddening, isn't it? Your instinct might be to call them out, to set the record straight, to make sure everyone knows the truth. But here's the thing. Engaging with a victim player only pulls you into their drama. When someone plays the victim, they're not looking for resolution. They're looking for attention. They want you to react, to argue, to give them a stage to perform on. But when you choose silence, you take away their spotlight. You let their story unravel on its own. Over time, their inconsistencies, their patterns, and their manipulations become impossible to ignore. Karma has a way of exposing those who hide behind a victim mask. Imagine a coworker who always plays the victim to dodge accountability. They miss deadlines, point fingers, and act like the world is against them. Calling them out might feel good in the moment, but it often backfires. They'll twist your words and make you look like the aggressor. Instead, stay focused on your own work. Keep your integrity intact and let their behavior speak for itself. Sooner or later, their act will wear thin and others will see through it. So how do you deal with the victim card? First, don't take the bait. Their sob story is designed to pull you in. Stay above it. Second, trust that the truth always surfaces. People who play the victim can't hide their patterns forever. And third, let karma do the heavy lifting. Your silence isn't just restraint, it's a strategy that lets their own actions catch up with them. Wrapping it up, whether it's betrayal, insults, or manipulative victim playing, the answer lies in one powerful choice: silence. It's not about giving up, it's about taking control. It's about trusting that the universe has a way of balancing the scales. So the next time someone tries to pull you into their chaos, ask yourself, do I need to fight this, or can I let karma write the ending? If this hit home for you, drop a comment below and share your story. Have you ever used silence to rise above? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Until then, stay calm, stay strong, and let karma do its thing. Silence as strength. Letting karma handle manipulation and undervaluation. We've been diving deep into the power of silence, learning how it can disarm betrayals, insults, and those who play the victim card to manipulate the narrative. Now let's take it further, exploring how silence can be your shield against those who twist the truth and those who fail to see your worth. Ready to discover how stepping back can reveal the truth and reclaim your power? Let's jump in. 1. The victim card. When manipulation masquerades as innocence. You've seen it before. Someone spins a story, painting themselves as the helpless victim while you're cast as the villain. It's frustrating, isn't it? No matter what really happened, they're not after the truth. They're after sympathy, control, and a way to shift the blame onto you. The more you try to defend yourself, the more you seem to fit their narrative. So how do you break free from this trap? The answer lies in one word: silence. When someone plays the victim, they're not looking for resolution. They're looking for an audience. They thrive on your reaction, feeding off the drama you give them. If you argue, explain, or try to set the record straight, You're stepping right into their game. It's like trying to wrestle a pig in the mud. You both get dirty, but they enjoy it. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "To complain is always non-productive and never appropriate." That wisdom hits hard here. Complaining, defending, or engaging only fuels their story. Instead, let their own actions unravel them. Picture this. Rachel, a woman I know, had a coworker who was a master at playing the victim. Every time Rachel called her out on missed deadlines or sloppy work, this coworker would spin the situation. She'd say things like, "I can't believe you'd accuse me of that. I'm doing my best." She'd even shed a few tears in front of the boss, making Rachel look heartless. At first, Rachel tried everything. She presented evidence, explained the facts, even attempted calm conversations. But the more she engaged, the worse it got. Her coworker thrived on the chaos, turning every defense into proof of Rachel's supposed cruelty. Then Rachel made a game-changing move. She went silent. No more arguments, no more justifications, just calm, professional detachment. She let her work speak for itself and stopped feeding the drama. Over time, something incredible happened. The co-worker's victim act started to wear thin. Colleagues began noticing her pattern, how she was always the victim, no matter the situation. Her tears lost their power, her stories lost their grip, and her credibility crumbled. Rachel didn't need to say a word. Time and truth did the work for her. So how do you handle someone who plays the victim? First, resist the urge to argue. Every word you say is fuel for their fire. Starve it instead. Second, stay calm and detached. Your cool-headedness exposes their manipulation for what it is. And finally, trust karma. People who twist the truth can't hide their patterns forever. Their own behavior will betray them, and when it does, you'll be standing tall, untouched by their chaos. Silence isn't just power. It's a spotlight that reveals the truth without you lifting a finger. So ask yourself, why waste energy on someone who's already writing their own downfall? 2. When your worth goes unseen, the power of walking away. Now, let's talk about something that cuts even deeper: being undervalued. Maybe it's a friend who takes you for granted, a partner who doesn't see your efforts, or a workplace that overlooks your contributions. You give your all, your time, your energy, your heart, but in return you get indifference. It's tempting to fight for recognition, to prove your value, to make them see you. But here's the hard truth. Begging for appreciation only diminishes your worth. When you chase someone's approval, you signal that you're always available, that they'll never lose you. And what happens? They stop valuing you. It's like a rare gem sitting in a shop window. If it's always there, people stop noticing its shine. But when you walk away, when you stop proving and start prioritizing yourself, something shifts. Your absence forces them to feel the weight of what they took for granted. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said it best: time discovers truth. When you step back with dignity, you let the truth of your value reveal itself, not through arguments or pleas, but through the quiet power of your absence. Those who truly see your worth will notice the void you leave behind. Those who don't, they were never meant to stay. Let me share a story. Meet Michael, a guy who was always the reliable one in his circle. He was the friend who checked in, the coworker who stayed late, the one who made everyone feel valued. But over time, he noticed a pattern. His efforts were rarely reciprocated. If he didn't reach out, weeks would pass without a word. If he didn't step up, no one else did. It hit him hard. He wasn't being valued, he was being convenient. So Michael made a bold choice. He stopped chasing. No big speeches, no dramatic exits, just silence. He focused on his own goals, poured his energy into his passions, and let his absence speak. The result? The people who truly cared about him noticed. They reached out, apologized, and made an effort to reconnect. But the ones who only saw him as an option, they faded away, proving they were never worth his time. Michael's silence didn't just protect his energy, it clarified who deserved a place in his life. So how do you handle being undervalued? First, stop chasing recognition. Your worth doesn't need someone else's validation. It's already there. Second, redirect your energy. Focus on what lights you up, not on proving yourself to others. And finally, let your absence be your voice. When you walk away with dignity, you remind the world and yourself of your value. Those who matter will see it. Those who don't, they'll feel the loss. Either way, karma ensures the truth comes to light. Closing thoughts. Silence is your ultimate weapon. Whether it's a manipulator spinning a victim narrative or someone taking your worth for granted, silence is your greatest ally. It's not about giving up. It's about stepping up. It's about trusting that the truth doesn't need your defense. Time and karma will handle that. So the next time you're tempted to fight for your voice to be heard, ask yourself, what if I let my silence speak instead? If this resonated with you, drop a comment below. Have you ever walked away and let karma do the talking? Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Until then, stay grounded, stay silent, and let the universe write the ending. Silence as power, mastering provocation, and letting regret speak for itself. We've been uncovering the strength of silence, from shutting down manipulators to reclaiming your worth when others fail to see it. Now let's dive into two more scenarios where silence becomes your greatest ally. Handling those who provoke you and letting those who undervalued you face their own regret. Ready to see how staying calm and stepping back can shift the narrative in your favor? Let's get started. 1. When they try to provoke you. The art of unshakable. Calm. Have you ever met someone who seems to thrive on pushing your buttons? They poke, they prod, they toss out snarky comments, all hoping to spark a reaction. It's like they're tossing pebbles at a calm lake, waiting for ripples. But what if you could keep that lake still, untouched by their antics? That's where the power of silence comes in. When someone tries to provoke you, they're not after resolution. They're after control. They want to see you flustered, angry, or defensive, because that's when they feel powerful. It's like a game where your emotions are their prize. The moment you snap back or argue, you've handed them the win. But when you stay calm, collected, and silent, you flip the script entirely. Nothing frustrates a provocateur more than your indifference. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You can't stop people from trying to rile you up, but you can control whether their words pierce your peace. Silence is your shield, your way of saying, your game doesn't work on me. Let me tell you about Sarah, a woman who worked with a colleague who loved stirring the pot. In every meeting, this coworker would throw subtle jabs her way, comments about her ideas, her work ethic, even her appearance. At first, Sarah took the bait. She'd defend herself, explain her choices, or fire back with a witty retort. But it only made things worse. The coworker fed off her reactions, escalating the drama. Then Sarah decided to try something new. The next time a jab came, she met it with a calm smile, a nod, and nothing else. No defense, no comeback, just silence. You could feel the shift in the room. Her coworker was thrown off, expecting a fight but getting nothing to work with. He tried harder, tossing out more barbs, but Sarah's calm indifference was like a wall he couldn't climb. Eventually, he gave up, his provocations fizzling out like a spark in the rain. Sarah didn't just win, she owned the moment, proving her strength without saying a word. So, how do you handle provocation? First, spot the pattern. If someone's consistently trying to get under your skin, it's not random, it's intentional. Second, stay detached. Your silence is a weapon that frustrates their need for drama. And finally, anchor yourself in self-control. True power isn't in shouting back. It's in refusing to let their negativity pull you off course. When you stay silent, you deny them the reaction they crave. And that's when you become untouchable. So ask yourself, why give them the satisfaction when I can keep my peace instead? 2. When they regret losing you. Let your absence speak now. Let's talk about a moment that feels bittersweet, but oh so powerful. When someone realizes they've lost you. Maybe they took you for granted, mistreated you, or failed to see your worth. You gave your all, your time, your heart, your loyalty, but they didn't value it. And then one day, the silence of your absence hits them like a thunderclap. That's when regret sets in. But by then, it's too late. Here's the truth. People don't always appreciate what they have until it's gone. When you're always there, reliable, supportive, present, they start to see you as a given, not a gift. But when you walk away, when you stop chasing their approval or begging for their respect, the void you leave behind speaks louder than any words ever could. Your absence becomes a mirror, reflecting the weight of their mistakes. Imagine a man named David who poured his heart into a one-sided friendship. He was the one who always checked in, planned hangouts, and showed up when his friend needed him. But the effort was never returned. If David didn't reach out, months could pass without a word. He realized he wasn't valued. He was convenient. So David made a choice. No big confrontation, no emotional goodbye, just silence. He stopped calling, stopped texting, and focused on his own life. Weeks later, his friend reached out, suddenly aware of the gap David's absence left. Messages piled up. "Hey, where have you been? I miss you." But David had moved on, surrounding himself with people who saw his worth from the start. His silence didn't just protect his energy, it showed his friend what he'd lost. The Stoics were right. As Seneca said, time discovers truth. David's absence revealed what his presence never could. So how do you handle those who regret losing you? First, don't waste energy reminding them of your worth. They had their chance. Second, let your absence do the talking. When you walk away with dignity, you give them space to feel the consequences of their choices. And finally, trust that the right people will value you without needing a wake-up call. Those who took you for granted, their regret is their lesson, not your burden. Your silence isn't just closure. It's a statement that you know your worth, even if they didn't. Wrapping it up, silence is your superpower. Whether it's dodging provocations or letting regret teach those who undervalued you, silence is your ultimate weapon. It's not about giving up. It's about taking control, trusting that the truth will surface, and letting karma handle the rest. So the next time someone tries to pull you into their chaos or fails to see your worth, ask yourself, do I need to prove myself, or can my silence say it all? If this spoke to you, drop a thank God in the comments below and share how silence has worked for you. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insights to empower your journey. Your support keeps this channel going, and I'm so grateful to learn and grow with you. Until next time, stay calm, stay silent, and let the universe handle the rest. Silence as mastery, owning your worth and letting regret teach the lesson. We've been exploring the incredible power of silence, from shutting down provocateurs to letting those who undervalued you face the sting of their own regret. Now let's dive into the final chapter of this journey, how silence becomes your ultimate act of self-mastery when someone realizes too late what they've lost. Ready to see how walking away with dignity can speak louder than any words? Let's dive in when they regret losing you. the strength of staying gone. Picture this: someone who took you for granted, who breezed past your efforts and ignored your worth, suddenly wakes up to the emptiness you've left behind. Their regret hits hard, doesn't it? But here's the thing: by the time they're scrambling to make amends, you've already moved on. That's the power of silence. It's not just about walking away, it's about staying gone, letting their regret be their teacher while you protect your peace. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." True strength isn't about controlling others or forcing them to see your value. It's about controlling you. It's about having the discipline to walk away from those who didn't appreciate you and the wisdom to never look back. When you stop pouring your energy into people who never deserved it, you reclaim your power. You become untouchable not because you fought, but because you chose yourself. Let me paint a picture with a story. Meet Sophia, a woman who poured her heart into a relationship for years. She gave everything: her time, her love, her unwavering support. But her partner? He took it all for granted, assuming she'd always be there, no matter how little he gave in return. Sophia felt invisible, her efforts unnoticed, her worth ignored. For a while she tried harder, hoping he'd see her value. But one day she reached her breaking point. Instead of yelling, begging, or pleading, Sophia made a quiet, powerful choice. She left. No dramatic showdown, no tearful ultimatums, just silence. She packed her things, walked away, and didn't look back. At first, her partner thought it was a bluff. "She'll come back," he told himself. But days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and Sophia's absence became a deafening void. When he finally reached out, full of apologies and promises to change, it was too late. Sophia had moved on, building a life surrounded by people who saw her worth from the start. Her silence wasn't just an exit, it was a statement. It said, "I know my value, and I won't settle for less." That's the beauty of silence in the face of regret. It doesn't need words, explanations, or second chances. Your absence becomes a mirror, forcing them to confront their mistakes. They replay every moment they could have done better, every time they took you for granted. And while they wrestle with their regret, you're free, free to live a life that honors your worth. So how do you handle someone who regrets losing you? First, don't make it easy for them to come back. If they only see your value after you're gone, they never truly valued you in the first place. Why give them another chance to dim your light? Second, let your absence speak for itself. Don't explain why you left or justify your choice. Let them sit with the weight of their actions, and finally stay gone. Real self-respect isn't just walking away. It's having the strength to keep moving forward no matter how much they plead. Think of your silence like a closed door. Once it's shut, it's not your job to reopen it. Their regret is their lesson, not your burden. By staying silent, you let karma do what it does best: deliver the truth in its own time. The people who truly value you won't need to lose you to see your worth. And those who do, they'll learn the hard way what they let slip away. Closing thoughts. Silence as your ultimate freedom. Throughout this journey, we've seen how silence can be your shield against lies, betrayal, insults, manipulation, and those who fail to see your worth. It's not about giving up. It's about choosing yourself. It's about trusting that the truth doesn't need your defense, that karma will always balance the scales, and that your value shines brightest when you stop begging others to see it. So the next time someone tries to pull you into their chaos or realizes too late what they've lost, ask yourself, why fight for their approval when my silence says it all? If this resonated with you, drop a thank God in the comments and share a story about a time you let silence do the talking. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Your support fuels this channel And I'm so grateful to be on this journey of growth with you. Until next time, stay strong, stay silent, and let the universe handle the rest. Thank you for staying with me until the end of today's journey. If you found value in what you just heard, don't forget to subscribe to Rise of the Stoic for more timeless Stoic wisdom, principles that help you live stronger, more mindful, and more resilient every day. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll dive deeper into another powerful Stoic topic. Raw, practical, and deeply inspiring. Live like a Stoic, steady in the storm. Take care, and see you soon.